Alright, working on the F650 again now. I've got a ScanGauge here, ScanGauge D. I'm going to install. This truck does have an OBD2 port, but it has nothing to do with the engine, so scanner won't give you anything. What it does have is that port there. Now this ScanGauge works with J1939 and J1708 connectors for larger trucks. So let's get it plugged in here. We'll see what it's capable of reading on this truck. Go ahead and start it out. ScanGauge D and an F650 that's got a 3126 cat in it. Now, this is the fourth ScanGauge that I have owned. I had one in a Volkswagen TDI, I had one in a 6.0 Power Stroke, and I have one still in a 7.3 Power Stroke. So the advantage to these, you know, a lot of newer cars, some don't even have a temperature gauge, some have an idiot light, or the gauge doesn't give you an actual number. So there are things that you can see live, which in my opinion is really nice. Now, they're affordable, but there's some legwork on your end. So they come with some preset gauges already, and you could scroll through and see those, but they have an option called ScanGauge, which you can enter gauges vehicle specific and read a lot of things live, which is nice. Now, obviously, if you have a scanner, you can do that, but this is something that can be on your dash all the time, and if you need to read something, it's there. For example, in my 6.0, I had it set up to read oil temperature and coolant temperature, so I could compare that and keep an eye on it, which is nice. So this truck, when I got it, was researching some scanners and stuff like that, and what I found out is the heavy-duty trucks, medium-duty, heavy-duty, don't have OBD2 for engine diagnostics. They have a connector, it's a 9-pin, and it's called J1939. So this ScanGauge D model has that connector. It also comes with an adapter if you have 6-pin, but this F650 is 9-pin. So the Power Strokes, I was able to get on their website for the ScanGauge info and enter it myself. This truck's a little bit different situation, and I'm going to walk you through that. So you have to get access to something called PDIs, and they give you a step-by-step reading on how to do that. I'm going to go through that right now. Okay, start it up, let it connect, let it run for 30 seconds at least. Okay, go to the main menu, hit more, setup, go to the top left button, go to edit, top left, and that's the PIDs option. So then you hit middle right for capture. Okay, so it's going to capture the PIDs. Wait 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, hit done. So that's going to take you to this page, and then you hit show, and it's going to go through, and these are all the PIDs. So you have to record, that's the PID ID, and then this is the whole number you have to write. So you're going to scroll through and record all this information. So there's two different ways to do it. I wrote it all down. It's a lot of info. So I wrote all this down. You can actually mail this form in, or you can actually fill it out online. So I filled it out online, and the next day I got an email back with the gauges that I can enter. I'm going to show you that now. Okay, these are the optional gauges I can enter as X gauges. Driver's demand engine torque, actual engine percent torque, engine demand percent torque, actual retarder, cruise control set speed, nominal friction percent torque, engine desired operating speed, engine injection control pressure, and power takeoff set speed. So those are the optional X gauges for this vehicle. Alright, I'm going to go over how to enter an X gauge. So hit more button twice. It's going to take you to this mode. Now, if you're using the J1939 9-pin connector, make sure that's what that says. At first it was set by default to the other one, and I couldn't figure it out, but that's what it was. So once you're on this screen, hit right on the mode button, and it's going to take you to X gauge. Hit edit. Okay, we're going to edit this X gauge. Edit. Now here is where you enter the numbers that they send you. So we're going to be programming the engine injection control pressure X gauge. So TXD is going to be 00. That's already that. Hit OK. RXF is going to be 11. FE (02) DB and then the rest is zeros. Hit OK. RXD number is going to be 1810. Hit OK. MTH number is 009. One 01, and the rest is zeros. And hit OK. Now we're going to name it. So I'm going to name this ICP, engine or injection control pressure. Let's past it. Okay, name it, and then you hit save. Now we're going to go back to the main menu and go to gauge, and we should be able to see the ICP right there, and that's telling us our injection control pressure. Now if you want to scroll through your gauges, you just hit the button and it's going to take you to the next one. So you can read volts, water temperature, boost, RPMs, intake air, temperature. This is a manual transmission, so I'm sure if it was automatic that would probably read. It doesn't read oil pressure. Mile per hour. Throttle position sensor. So see, these are some of the other X gauges that I've entered. So that's telling us the actual RPM up top, and this one right here is engine desired speed, so that's what it's wanting and that's what it's getting. So obviously if they match, that's a good thing. And this one is going to be the cruise control set speed. Obviously right now it's 0. So that's going over the X gauges and what you can enter. And for the price of these and having this on your dash at all times, I think it's worth it. It's also, I'll show you, it'll also, if you have a code, it'll scan. So 0 stores code, but if you do have a code right there, you can clear it. So it's nice to have that too. So ScanGauge D, if you have any questions on this, leave a comment and I'll get back to you.